You're doing the work. You've read the books, you've done the journaling, you've watched the YouTube videos, you've listened to the podcast. So why hasn't anything actually changed? Most women, you're running on fear. You want to do something. You have fear of failure, fear of success. Fear is really a blocker. You can see the patterns, you can see the problems, you can see all of the stuff in your life that you are not happy with. That means that you're self-aware, but the issue is you are stuck. Being stuck and self-aware is one of the most frustrating places you can be. And in today's video, we're going to break down why you are still stuck. Welcome back to Breakthrough with Coach Dan. Hi, I'm Coach Dan. I'm a certified mindset and breakthrough coach. And on this channel, I'm going to help you rewire your mindset, shift your identity, identify and break your patterns. And I'm going to help you step into your power. Before we go any further, be sure to like, subscribe and comment below anything that you want to see in future videos, or even if you just have an opinion on this, or you need some help, or if the video helped you. The awareness trap. Knowing your pattern is not the same as shifting it. Many people believe that if you're self-aware, this is going to solve all of your problems. It's actually not. Your self-awareness is just an entry point. It's the first step. Being self-aware allows you to get honest and to get real where you are, where you want to go, what needs to be improved, but it's still just an entry point. Your emotional wiring doesn't respond to logic. You have 3 levels of awareness. You have your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your unconscious mind. And a lot of people don't know this, but that 5% that people talk about and they say you're only using 5% of your brain, that is your conscious awareness. And your emotional wiring lives in your unconscious and in your subconscious. And that part of your brain doesn't respond to logic. The logical part of your brain is your conscious mind. It's your CEO, your rational goal setting mind. And this is important to know because in your conscious mind, you'll go and set a goal and be like, right, I want things to be like this. But underneath the surface, there's other things that are going on that are in direct conflict with what you want in your conscious awareness. Insight comes consciously. That level of awareness that I was speaking about, your conscious mind, your beliefs, your emotional rewiring, they live in your subconscious and your unconscious. And most people are trying to attack their problems from the conscious level of awareness. If this is getting a bit complicated or you want to know more, I can do a video and do a deep dive on those 3 levels of consciousness. Comment below and I can get that video out to you. I want you to know that you're not failing. You're just stuck in a loop that your nervous system thinks is safe for you. So let's get into the real reasons why you are not shifting. You are at point A, you want to get to point B. You're doing what needs to be done, but you just don't seem to be getting there. Your identity hasn't shifted yet. You're still performing your old role. You want one thing and your current identity that is running wants another thing. Even though you're aware and you know that you're meant for more, you can see yourself and you know that you're meant for more, but everything you're doing is just not working because your identity hasn't shifted. And you're trying to get to the next step with that same identity. So you've outgrown it. Now you just have to catch up with it. You are trying to outthink something that needs to be embodied. Your next level, you need to show up in a certain way. Your identity, your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, all of these things, your habits, your behaviors, they all need to be in alignment. So what that means is you have to embody your change. Just thinking about it and doing a few actions here and there isn't going to allow you to get to the next step. How would you be acting if you already had what you had? That right there is true embodiment. And embodiment is identity work. Another key point is that you are processing all of this information on your own with nobody disrupting the internal echo chamber. Your internal dialogue is part of the reason why you're stuck. It's what you're saying to yourself. It's what you're believing. It's what you're identifying with. Don't be afraid to go and get the help that you need to get to the next level. So how do you combat this? Well, lucky for you, I have a coaching framework called the Breakthrough Method. This method is 4 stages. It is a 4-part mindset and identity shifting framework. And I'm going to walk you through it because you're going to see how awareness is just the first step. The first stage of the breakthrough method is awareness. And it's the first stage because you cannot change what you're not willing to see. And in the awareness stage, you get to get real honest on the areas of improvement, what has been holding you back, maybe behaviors that you've indulged in that weren't the best for you. The awareness is just the entry point, and I want you to remember that. So the next stage in the breakthrough method is access. This is when we start accessing those emotional strategies that you have, your limiting decision, your limiting beliefs, your identities that are currently keeping you stuck. And you might not know this, but 0 to 7 in the imprint stage, you're very receptive. And this is where most of your core values, your core beliefs, and your identities and your emotional strategies are formed. And in order for you to stop working at the surface level, we need to understand where the root is and we need to access it. So the next stage in the breakthrough method is rewire. In the rewire stage, now we've identified the emotional coping strategies that have been keeping you stuck, the identities, the limiting decisions, the limiting beliefs. Now we've identified this, you can seek to rewire each of those different components, but this time you are the creator. You get to say what you identify with. You get to choose what you believe in. You get to choose how you are going to show up when things get rough. These are your emotional strategies. And most women, you're running on fear. You want to do something. You have fear of failure, fear of success. Fear is really a blocker. And the last stage of the breakthrough method is embody. And embody, I absolutely love this. This is where everything that you have learned, you've been aware, you have accessed, you have rewired, and now it's time to put all of that together and start showing up as the woman that you know that you are. As you can see, awareness is just the first stage. And this is why often this stage is quite frustrating, because you can see everything that needs to happen, but no matter what you're throwing at it, it's just not working out. And that's because normally what you're throwing at it is other surface level activities, other conscious activities, when we know now that underneath the surface, in the subconscious and the unconscious, is what really runs the show. When we access those parts, we can rewire and then start to embody everything that we need to. Let's talk about what coaching does differently. I'm aware that mindset coaching might seem a bit niche. Mindset is responsible for every single area of your life, and any changes, any decisions you make is going to depend on what type of mindset that you have. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about growth and fixed mindset. So what coaching does differently, it is real-time reflection and strategy. We are working through these issues right then and there. Coaching is not something that you have to do on your own. The issues that you have, the challenges, we can get to work on them right away. With coaching, and specifically mindset coaching, I'm also a hypnotherapist and timeline therapist also, so we have those added tools in the toolbox. These tools, they can change the way that you think, they can change the way that you feel, they can change the way that you view yourself, and they can also change the way that you act. Tools like belief change, NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, anchors, timeline therapy, and nervous system safety. A coach can help you do uncomfortable things that you already know need to happen. This is the whole thing why you're self-aware but still stuck. You know what needs to happen and you're trying to attack it, but it's just not working out. And I know that can be frustrating, and it's going to give you feelings of maybe not being so motivated, but let's get to the root cause instead of, you know, the surface level activity that has previously been going on. You're not broken, you just haven't found your right container for your next level. Until next time, folks, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and I'll see you for the next one.